What's going on, guys? It's your buddy Jake here. I'm up here in Providence. It is night 2 of the Phish run. I came up here yesterday and drove back. So I'm from Connecticut, so it's a nice, quick 45-minute, hour drive or so for me, so it wasn't too bad. So I'm shooting this from my car here. I'm over in night 2. I just got up here a little bit ago, and I'm about to go head down and get some shots for the documentary I'm making here. So that was kind of my focus yesterday around when I wasn't in the show, was just trying to get some footage for the documentary. So give you a quick rundown of how my day went yesterday. I left Connecticut at about 2 o'clock or so, got up here around 3, grabbed a quick bite to eat, grabbed a small pizza from this place called Wise Guys. Found free parking over here, and it looks like kind of like a little Italy section of Providence. There's a lot of like Italian joints on the street over there. So I went and grabbed that, came back, munched that down, texted some people for some interviews, and then made my way down with the camera. And first thing I did, I went over to the venue itself, got some shots of the outside of the venue, and then I met and I did a quick interview with someone, so that went very well. Pretty awesome interview. I think it was the best one I got all night. It was the first one. And then after that, went out kind of down towards the lot area. There wasn't like a, I don't know, there wasn't like just a regular parking lot. It was actually at like a skate park, which is pretty cool. It's next to the Trinity Brewhouse, and they had this tent set up where they had a band playing. The band was Daddy Longlegs, D-A-D-D-I-E Longlegs. I just heard them saying that, so you can check those guys out. They sounded pretty good. I checked them out for a little bit. And then I just walked around looking for some more interviews. I got a few impromptu ones. Vendors were pretty awesome about, giving out their card and doing a quick interview. I told them I'd plug them in the documentary and whatever. So it was nice to get some interviews with vendors, and surprisingly, it was kind of tough to get like impromptu interviews with just people I saw walking around. But I'm hoping I'll have a few lined up tonight that I have from Phish.net and stuff like that, people that I'm planning to meet with. Probably got 3 or 4 of those, and then if I can snag a couple more impromptu ones, that'd be awesome. And then maybe just get some more B-roll shots, kind of just capture what it's like up here out in the lots and all that sort of a thing. Because whenever I can't go to shows, I'm always wondering what it's like there. And I figure, why not show it to other people that might be home doing the couch tour thing or whatever. And I don't know, might be interested. So that was that. I mean, ran back, dropped my camera off, and then went into the show. And it was an interesting show. So I was in section like 215 or something like that. It was on the left side, the page side of the stage. And there's no like 300 seats. There's no like upper hanging kind of tier. It's all just one, I guess, slope of seats down to the floor. So pretty good seats. I'm not going to complain. It'd be nice to, I guess, be in the front of the stage looking at the lights. But it's also cool to kind of get a different perspective on the band from the side. And I got to see Paige really well. And of course, Trey. And, Phish and Mike were kind of off towards the other end. But I still got a good, view of them. Nothing was obstructing it or anything like that. So interesting show, definitely. I mean, it wasn't like there wasn't any massively long jams in it or anything, that's my favorite thing of Phish, is you get those super long jams where you're just like, is this still that song they started playing 20 minutes ago? And you start asking your neighbor, and they're like, yeah. But it wasn't a bad show, there wasn't a lot of deep jamming, but it was still interesting. I mean, I have the set list pulled up here, so I'll take a look at I'm not going to go through every song, but they had the Bye Bye Foot Bust Out, which was like, when they started playing it, I was like, I know I've never heard it before live. I know the song, but I've never heard it live. And then I looked it up during set break, and they hadn't played that since 1997, and they've only played that 5 times ever. So that was really cool. That was probably the highlight of song choice for me. That was really cool to see. And then they also had that fire Jimi Hendrix cover, because it was his birthday recently. It would have been his 75th birthday, so that was fitting. That was cool to have that in there. And then second set, they started off 46 Days, Back on the Train, Plasma, Farmhouse. Their second set had moments where they'd get into very short, I guess people are calling them micro jams, where they get into quick locked in jamming sections right when they launched into the jam section of a longer song where it's supposed to be a jam vehicle. And, they really did that last night. They got kind of right into it when the moment came, when they did it. Which only a few times, but it was cool. They get in there and it sounded you know, kind of locked in for a little bit. But I kind of noticed Trey was kind of getting antsy. I felt like he might have been getting tired of sitting back at times, and he throwing these spontaneous kind of like raging notes and chords at moments where they just weren't fitting. I don't know if he's trying to like spark some sort of like to build a peak sort of a thing, or kind of do something different, switched up a little bit, but I think the band kind of gave him the no, let's not go that route, and then he would kind of back off, that sort of a vibe. They kept doing this thing with Plasma. They ended like 3 songs with the Plasma ending, so that was definitely something different. What else in the second set? The Light and the Plasma, first Plasma, those are both really kind of cool jams. Short-lived, but some very unique moments. And what else? I mean, things I weren't the biggest fan of, you know, or like Farmhouse and Joy in the second set, but I'm not one of those, like, it's gonna ruin the whole show for me, and I'm not gonna groan. I'm just, you know, people behind me were kind of like, ugh, but I'm just like, I mean, I'm at a Phish show. I'm not gonna complain, you know. I'm just happy to be there. And then the encore was awesome. They had the Meat Stick encore to start off. That was cool. You don't really see Meat Stick encore all too often. And then they went into Sleep, which is also another like pretty rare song. I think they played that earlier in summer 2019, but they don't play it very often at all. So I was hyped to see that. The whole room got pretty quiet for that too, you know, like it's almost like they're treating it like an acoustic show. Like everyone just kind of shut up and listened, you know. So that was like a really awesome moment. And they continued that vibe into Driver, which is the 3rd song of the encore. And that was awesome to see. I really like that song. They don't play it too often. Like, it's very rare. So that was pretty cool to see. And then ended it with Bug, which I thought was fitting because, you know, driving in and driving out, you see the blue Bug off 95 coming into Providence up here. I'll also show you guys some freebies. I got some like stickers on that. Might do some extra B-roll shots of these. Some guy was handing out these Final Hurrah stickers. I got a harryshill.net, Harry's Brown Farm 2020. Someone's handing out that sticker. Kind of cool, funky, I don't know, hemp. I don't even know exactly what it is, but it's kind of cool. Got some cards here. You know, I got Mayor Mike's Minerals. One of the dudes I interviewed gave me this card. And we got the overhead view. This guy was selling shirts and stuff. Really cool shirts, you know, like the classic fan art kind of style shirts. Then I got a free koozie from section 119 here. Those guys are cool. They sell kind of more like professional Phish inspired stuff. Like they have like button up work shirts you can wear that have like just a subtle little donut on the pocket. And then they have like full on bathrobes covered in the Fishman logo and, you know, stuff like that. That's it for last night. I'm about to head down tonight, see what I can find for some shots and interviews. I got a few lined up, and hoping tonight's going to be another good one. And I'm hoping to have this up tomorrow or the next day. So it'd be this Sunday, which would be Nassau, or the following Monday. It's kind of tough to shoot these, import the footage, edit them, and then, you know, have them exported and then uploaded while you're driving around for the tour. So these might become a day or two late after the shows, but try my best to get them going when I have free time. I'll be working on them, so when I'm not driving around and stuff. So if you guys see me on lot and you want to do an interview for the documentary, you know, strike up a conversation, you know, let me know if you're interested. Even if you don't want to do an interview, but I don't know, you want to do something stupid on the camera and get shown into the documentary, something funny, you know, I don't know, whatever you want to do, let me know. Get you in there. So thanks, guys. We'll see you guys on the rest of the tour.